Hey, Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve cast where it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto and I'm going to bring you the news surrounding Juventus to November 29th. All right. So, lately, the allegations that are being put forth on Juventus in terms of this investigation, now the members of the board are starting to be interrogated. All right. Cherubini was in there for many, many hours yesterday. It will be Arriva Bene's turn today, even though he wasn't a part whatnot, he will be interrogated as a witness potentially. Now, a lot of questions being asked. Agnelli addressed all the players. Today, he addressed the staff, just reassuring them to remain calm and that there is nothing to essentially worry about. So, yes, a lot of question marks for Juventini, and unfortunately, not a lot of answers we can provide at this moment in time. We'll have to wait to see what comes of it. And yes, I know everybody is getting fired up because the threats of relegation are there. The threats of revoking Serie A titles are there. Again, all we can do is sit, wait, and see what comes of it. Now, it is important to note that there are also six other Italian clubs that are part of these investigations. Okay, so we just have to take and see the actual what's actually at fault here is potentially Juventus um, falsifying their books. Okay. So whether they're messing around with the values or it could be how the money was actually accounted for. And that's where it could get interesting. I would be shocked, completely shocked, if Agnelli would go down for something like this because it just doesn't seem like he's the kind of guy that would be essentially stupid enough to put himself or his product, everything, his brand, his company in this kind of jeopardy. I just can't see it personally. So we will wait and we will see. Allegri had a press conference today ahead of tomorrow's match against Salernitana. All right. So he spoke about it as well and just said, Agnelli remains calm. We all remain calm. And he reassured the employees today to just remain calm. So we will continue on with the rest of Allegri's press conference and a recap. He spoke about the match against Atalanta and he continues that the team played a good game. Whether you agree or not, that's a different story. He says that the game against Salernitana will be complicated because it's an away game. The approach will be very, very important. The team played a good game again against Atalanta, but we must continue to work with serenity in order to do something more. So he's still calling for everyone to remain calm. And he spoke about Perin, saying Perin will not play against Salernitana despite them being last place in the table. So Perin will not be playing. De Chilio is not ready yet, he says. So again, continues on about Morata. Morata on Saturday played one of his best games this season from Allegri. He worked well for the team and was one of our best players. Allegri continues that he does not like how he gets picked on. So, in terms of Morata's performance, individually he was fine. The problem is Max, because Max did not set us up in a scenario to play off of Morata well enough. That is my personal opinion. I can't wait to hear what all of you think. But of course, Max is going to back his players. This is not the time to roast your players in the media and attack them. So while many of you may disagree, whether we disagree or not, and Max himself might not even believe this, but this is not the time to lambast your players and roast them. Okay, so fine with that. To be honest, he continues on saying that Juventus need to be more compact, and then he references this to being out at sea in a storm and needing to find a way out, saying Juventus is in a storm and they need to find a way out. He was asked, of course, about Chiesa, which is a big, big loss until after the Christmas holidays. McKennie, some good news that he's on a day-to-day basis. He will return much sooner, but Chiesa will miss everything from now out until second half of the season. So in terms of replacing Chiesa, Allegri simply said it does not matter. We just need to win, whether it's Kulusevski, Sule, who also just got called up to the senior squad, or Chiellini playing. He says we need a win no matter what. He continues it with tomorrow. We have to win regardless of who's on the pitch in a match that will not come easy. And he said Salernitana also played a very heartfelt game in Cagliari, and they are a team with physicality and a champion like Ribery. So paying a little bit of respect to the opponent there. He speaks and touches lightly on the mood in the dressing room, and he's just saying it's linked to a few results missing in the league. So obviously the mood is not a good one in the locker room, and it shouldn't be. It should be all hands on deck, business, and getting the job done and starting to focus on that. Asked about Caio Jorge. He is a young guy who is growing and needs to gain experience. We also have other younger lads with us who can help us out. The frustration amongst many Juventini is that he continues to say that these young guys need experience. However, he has only given them such limited minutes. Caio Jorge is not featured many times, and for short stints when he has. So that is, again, a frustration that's followed Allegri even previously with certain young guys that we're thinking could get more minutes. But we will see. It's very, very hard right now in this particular scenario to really fault Max if he doesn't start Kyle Georgie, because you need results. Keane could be a shout though, but Morata is a tough one if we want to continue starting him. Again, it's not so much just him; it's just the system in general. But if he's not working with the system that Allegri wants to employ, you might have to look at alternatives, and that's what we're saying. So, yeah, I'd love to hear from all of you and how you would line us up against Salernitana. Make sure you drop that in our comments. Now, he continues on about Sule, another youngster, and he says, Sule, tomorrow, as in to start? No, he's with us. He's a technical player and he's good. At this moment in time, a bit of youth is good. It gives a sense of lightheartedness. So, again, just kind of cleaning up the mood that's around the team, whatnot. But Sule, it's fine if he doesn't start, but I would love to see us really, and this should happen. We should put this game away. We should put this game away no later than the 55th minute and be able to start playing some of these younger guys and just give them some minutes. I would love to see Sule get some minutes in this one and see what he can do against the Serie A side, regardless if they're last in the league. It would be big for him. So basically, in quick recap form, DeCilio not ready. Chiellini is back. McKennie will be back soon on a day-to-day basis. Chiesa, we will see him after the Christmas holidays. Sule, he said, technically a good player, needs experience, needs to grow, but they're happy to have him with the team. And Caio Jorge is young and growing. Again, same thing, needs experience. This is the key. Continues to say his young guys need experience. We are in a rebuild mode. We might have to adjust some of our expectations as well, but maybe not have as much fear in playing some of these youngsters. So again, I would love to hear from all of you. That's the press recap. That's a news recap for today. And again, we'll be back tomorrow with a match day live prior to Salernitana versus Juventus. Make sure you're here and taking part of the discussion as we all get hyped up for this one, which is a result. It's a match that we should get nothing but 3 points out of. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Forza Juve, fino alla fine. Ciao.